Hey guys, welcome to the explanation of your first project for the third 9 weeks. What you're going to do is you are going to get to choose a disease, virus, or bacteria that you would like to research. I highly encourage you to choose something that maybe has touched your life somehow, something that has affected you, or somebody that you know, or somebody in your family. Um, that's kind of the best way to get a lot out of this. You get to learn a lot about a certain disease, virus, or bacteria. I know that some people might want to research COVID, and I'm going to discourage this because there is still a lot that we don't know about it. But if you really, really, really want to do COVID 19, please talk to me and we can discuss it, okay? There is a list provided here of a bunch of diseases, viruses, and bacteria. The way that I kind of organize them is by the system that they affect. So if you are interested in a certain system, you can choose something off of there. Or if there's just something that you would like to research further, you can look for it on this list and choose it from there. If there is something that you would like to research that is not on this list, I am going to require you to talk to me about it for approval. Chances are that I am probably going to say yes. The only reason why I would say no, that you cannot choose that disease, virus, or bacteria, is because I'm afraid that you might not find enough information about it. Okay. So, what you're going to do first is decide what you want to research on. Okay. And then I have a rubric on the second slide, and this is telling you exactly what I want. You will actually be able to figure out your grade before you even turn in your project. And as long as you have all of these things that I'm asking for, which they're pretty much, there's a slide for each one, then you should get 100 on it. Okay. Um, so I'm going to go through the list here, and then I will also go through each slide again, okay, just for clarification. You need to include in your slides the name of the disease or illness. Then you have to also have a picture of the disease or illness. This could be a picture of the actual virus, like with a microscope, or it could be a picture of somebody with symptoms of the bacteria, virus, or disease. It's up to you. Just any picture will work, and you can always include more than one picture. That would make for a very, very good project, but you need to have at least one picture. The symptoms of the disease or the illness. In other words, how does the person feel? How is it affecting the person? Prevention of the disease or illness. If there is some way to prevent the illness, like, washing your hands, or, for something like lung cancer, not smoking, things like that, that's what you would write here. If there is no way to prevent the illness or the disease, like sometimes there are some cancers that are not caused by anything that that person did, it's maybe something genetic, then you would write in there that there is no prevention for it or it's a genetic disorder. So you do have to specify. You can't just leave it out or not do it, because then I'm not going to give you those points. You have to specify that says there is nothing to prevent it. The treatment of the disease or illness, this is basically, what is the doctor going to do? What kind of medicine are they going to give the patient? What is the treatment? Is there maybe some sort of like physical therapy they can do, or, things like that? What will the doctor do to help them? How is the disease or illness transmitted? In other words, how does the person get it? There's lots of different ways to get it. Some of them, people can get from like blood transfusion. Some people get it from being around somebody else. Some of them could be a genetic disorder. You're just going to tell me how the person can get the disease or illness or bacteria or virus. How quickly does the disease or illness progress or grow? This is basically a timeline in the patient. This means, like, if you're researching the flu, how long is the person sick with the flu? Like, you typically, how long does it take for that person to get over it? Or is it a lifetime illness? Is it something that's going to stick with them for the rest of their lives? That sort of thing. expected outcome of the disease or the illness. Will the person live or die? Is this something that they will get over eventually? Is it something that they're going to have to live with? If somebody's diagnosed with something, sometimes, they'll tell them like, they usually have like 5 to 10 years to live or something. It depends on the disease, illness, or that they have. Is there a vaccine? Some viruses do have a vaccine for them, and you're going to specify here whether or not there is a vaccine. Now, if there is not a vaccine, then you need to specify that there is no vaccine. I don't want you to just delete this slide or just skip it. You have to put in there that there is no vaccine, okay? Um, then the last one is going to basically be 10 points for looking like you actually put effort into it. Does the presentation look well thought out? Did you add pictures, color, that sort of thing? It must be obvious that you took time to work on this project and it's not something that you just spent 5 minutes on, okay? Um, I'm also requiring that you delete the first 2 slides, which are instructional slides. After you're finished with the project, just delete slide 1 and 2, and then that will leave you with 9 slides that you will be turning in, okay? Let me go through the slides really quick just to show you that everything I just talked about is going to each have its own slide. Here, what you would do is you would replace this title with the name of the disease, virus, or bacteria, okay? Next slide, here you would insert a picture of the virus itself, right, or the bacteria itself, or even a person with symptoms of the virus. I've given you 3 bullets here to write down symptoms of the disease. Here you would fill in how to prevent getting, and then you can fill in whatever it is that you're researching, and then add the text on how you can prevent from getting it. Remember, if there is no prevention, then you need to specify that. Treatment, I left a blank for you to insert the name of the disease, virus, or bacteria. Then same thing here, right? You're going to tell me how is it transmitted or how do you get it? How quickly does it progress or grow? The outcome, what's going to happen to the patient? What's most likely going to happen? And then the last slide, is there a vaccine? Of course, again, you would specify whether or not there is a vaccine. If there isn't, you have to say it, okay? If you need anything, please send me a message or email or anything like that. I am here to help you, okay? Have a good day.